Hi, this is A Hermit, and this is my homeschool vlog hop video number 3B. I did 3A, and it was about homeschool curriculum. Because I'm done homeschooling, I'm doing something slightly different than the other homeschoolers are. They're doing the curriculum they're using this year. I'm doing my favorite curriculums of all time. So, if you saw my video last week on my homeschool space, this is my homeschool shelf. And these are all the books that I've kept over the years. The homeschool books that I thought were too great to give away or sell, for the most part. And I'm just going to go through the shelf with you and talk about some of them, or the ones I recommend. So here we go. First, let's start with reading material. Let's see. Oop, not the magazine. Readers. I just keep library books and stuff around. Anything. I mean, I like a combination of classics and contemporary. My son liked anything that was actually factual. So just books of all genres, okay? This one was from when we were studying that time period in history. I always tried to keep a stack of novels around that were also time period appropriate, that went along with the time period of history that we're also studying. So that's my spiel about novels. I did paperback swap, so I would trade them out or borrow from the library. So here's my first bin. This is mostly test prep, I guess. SAT 2s. Just a sampling of SAT 2s. They ended up not taking SAT 2s. But I still keep these for other kids who I help. You've got the Thesaurus, a couple more. This is another historically based book. The Gold Rush. This was my daughter's science book. If you saw my video on the online homeschool curriculums, this book went with the kitchen chemistry course from MIT. Okay. Then I've got my homeschool information books, The Future of Homeschooling, The Heart of Homeschooling, How to Read Literature Like a Professor. I showed you SparkNotes.com that walks them through analyzing literature. This also helps with analyzing literature. So, okay, what do we have here? Let's move these kitties over. I'm seeing this video is dark, so I'm going to try to adjust the way I'm using the camera to give you some more light. Okay, my favorite book of all time. I recommend the whole series. They have this series here from kindergarten through, I think, 6th or 8th grade. Look, the cover's missing. What your 5th grade needs to know starts with what your kindergartner needs to know and goes all the way through. Let me try to study this camera. It takes you through language arts, and it does a lot of literature that kids at that grade should be familiar with and just be able to talk with any other kid in their approximate age about. This is pretty much what's taught in schools. So if you want your kid to have a certain sampling of pop culture and what the other kids are reading today, you can go through that. It does fine arts, science, history, everything that a typical 5th grader would know. It's if you want to go on the game show, Who's Smarter Than a 5th grader, then I would go through all the books from 1 through 5, because it really is a good sampling. This is another just an informational book, The Educated Child. I recommend reading that. a biography, Eleanor and Franklin, another timeline appropriate, these two. Multiple intelligences. If you're stumped on how your child learns, that's important to have. Car schooling, looking for fun things to do in the car. This is something free I got online, and it's the Actuarial Foundation, and it's on personal finance, SATs, 2s. This is a book on, it's called Up Your Score, and it's a book on getting a higher SAT score. There. Okay. More SATs and tests. CLEPs. CLEPs are basically tests, if you don't know, that young people can take to test out of college classes. Some colleges take it as college credit, some don't. Think of it as the, what do they call that? Think of it as AP for homeschoolers. The difference between APs and CLEPs is that APs are all taken at the end of the year within a 2-week period. You can take a CLEP anytime you want. Okay? I talked about, I showed you a website called learner.org, and I showed you the Spanish program Destinos. These are the textbooks that you can order to go with it. So they're getting the grammar of the language also. This is a voice book or a music theory book that my kids took with a music teacher. Okay. I'm just moving all my curios to the side, one shelf, as I go through stuff. Let me get this out of the way. These are just science books that I've accumulated. I kind of kept them more around for references than actual curriculum. They did most of their curriculum online through video. And things we just found interesting that they just wanted to skim through. I love the fact that sometimes they just, instead of reading a novel, just wanted to read a chemistry book. This is a test solution book. I don't know why I still have that. For a curriculum they did in middle school when they were doing hybrid homeschooling, which means they were taking some classes outside of the house. The best book here on this shelf is this one. Having an argument about science. Grab that book and use it, as a reference. Learn about all the scientists. Great if you're following a historical timeline. You can also skip through this book following the scientific timeline. I use this pretty much specifically in the lower grades. Let's see. Here's my math section. Oh, that's my gorgeous husband. Move you over. Let's see. Math. Inquiry to Life. This is science. I guess I ran out of space in science. This is the book. This is a textbook that went with a hippocampus biology. So basically, when you go to those websites and decide to use any of those online video-based curriculums, they'll have in the notes what textbook correlates with it. And you can have the kids read and then watch the videos for deeper understanding. And there's another science here. This science goes with the workbook on the other side. Like I said, that was from a class. I guess I didn't get rid of it because my daughter marked it up so much. She really loved it. We tried teaching textbooks. That's Math 7. Liked doing it. Didn't like that they didn't retain enough information afterwards. So, yeah. Saxon's great. They used the Saxon when they were taking hybrid classes in a classroom setting. Needed to hire a tutor to go with that. It was really a pain because it's really meant to be taught every day from a script. And so when you're learning it once or twice a week, it doesn't work. So unless you're the script type and you don't mind reading the script every day and, following the script verbatim, I don't recommend it. These are just some other math books that we use for reference. And this one went with whatever my daughter did online geometry from one of the sites that I mentioned, and that workbook correlated to it, so I bought that workbook. Literature. That's my son as a baby. That's my globe. Literature. Let's see. Let me get comfortable. No, this isn't literature. This is mostly grammar. This is... Oh, I wish I had more light for you. The first one is Easy Grammar. It's pretty good. They use them once again in a classroom setting, both Easy Grammar and Write Shop. And it really, they came out of those classes with a really good understanding of the English language. I hated these books. I haven't even gotten rid of them because I wouldn't even wish that on anybody. I mean, yuck. Not because Stobar is a horrible curriculum writer, but because it combines literature and worldview and Christian worldview. And as a Christian whose kids were already getting religious instruction, I just thought it was overkill. Overkill. It was just too much. And it was so stinking time consuming, I can't even say. Other literature books there, just, more as reference. Grammar. That's grammar. Let's get to the literature. Literature. World literature, just for younger nieces and nephews who come over and they want something to read. I seriously hand them a literature book. Yahoo Style Guide, if they want to learn how to write for the web. Definitely for older kids who want to blog. That style guide is really nice. I have a couple of college... Oh, I wish this was brighter. I have a couple of college level literature books here. A DISA one and a data one. And got them reading on a higher grade level. And I have Literary Visions, which went with one of the learner.org video sets. Yeah. And then we move into history. History starts in this cube. I have a lot of history. And remember, most of my literature was novels. A history encyclopedia, like the Science Encyclopedia, great for learning history through time periods. And then the First World War, just good reading. History of Us. I have to reorder these because I loaned them out and they were never given back. And that's how good they are. Written on the middle school level, but a really good summation of American history. Let's see what else I have. And there's a set of about a dozen. There's another one. And so I've lost about half of these by loaning them out. And I don't care if I'm not homeschooling anymore. I'm just going to reorder them and get them back. Another history encyclopedia. Just good to have tons of these around. Book of the Presidents. This goes through George Bush. And they were above this grade level by the time Obama came in, so I didn't get the most updated one because they can learn about Obama on their own. History Stories. Streams of Civilization. It was a Christian-based, and they did that in a classroom homeschool setting. Let us see. What else do I have here? I hope this doesn't jostle too much. History of Western Civilization. Kind of college level, but just good history reading, honestly. I think they use this in conjunction with the hippocampus. No, I don't think the hippocampus had a world history. They used it with some world history. Let's see if you can see this now. The American history on top. Underneath is government. Daughter used that with online videos through Harcourt. The maker of the book Lincoln, McGraw-Hill, and Harcourt. They actually put their own videos up that accompany, and I just created a syllabus, and she just followed that. Black America, every black household has to have a little bit of, is my hand like directly in front of that? It has to have a little bit of black history, and that's just good reading and good for looking stuff up. And then, up here is my encyclopedia set, the volume library. They go door to door and sell these by Southwestern Company for several $100s every summer. And after the guy came to my door and I talked to him, I just went online and bought them for all three of them for like $50. Cause yeah, but they're good. I loaned out one and had to replace it because I didn't get it back, because it really helped that person with going back through their math and getting their math up to date. And then there's a visual dictionary for young kids or slow readers. So let me step back just to make sure I got everything. And that's pretty much my top shelf. Everything underneath is paper storage, completed work, and school supplies. I see something I missed. On top here, behind my stuffed animal, I have, what do I have? Oh, just some more club stuff. Spanish, general exams, and history of the United States. So, have some DVDs. Some of them are educational. Some of them are just DVDs. But you've noticed that I do have a lot of videos, or that I did use a lot of videos, like I showed you when I did the video on learning videos. How's that? But the point is that I find online learning through videos to be the most efficient way to teach artistic kids, and my kids are artistic kids. And then after that, I like to use books as sometimes just to support what was learned on the video, or to look up extra things and for deeper learning. And so that's what my homeschool book collection consists of. So thanks for watching.